Hi, and welcome to my video on New Jersey bus history. In this video, we will go through the stages of the paint scheme history of New Jersey's largest bus carrier, New Jersey Transit, going back to its predecessors, Public Service and Transport of New Jersey. So let's get right to it. We'll start off where it all began. Public Service was the transit arm of New Jersey's largest gas and electric utility. Now in the early days, the organization utilized MAC buses as well as various yellow coach buses such as this 743, a pre-war yellow coach sporting its public service colors of the day. This bus has the 4-digit nomenclature. After World War II ended, yellow coach was acquired by General Motors, the company becoming GM Truck and Coach. GM became a major manufacturer of buses as well as cars and trucks. The company began producing several variations of transit buses in this then new design. Moreover, Public Service, a major customer of GM, began assigning letters to its bus numbers, beginning with the letter A, followed by a 3-number designation, such as A100. Depending upon the type of bus, be it single door or double door, 35 or 40 feet, different letters were assigned. For instance, a 35-footer may be given a B letter, while a 40-footer given a C letter. This is B340, a 1948 GM 3715 transit bus. As time went on, the buses became longer and more letters were added, such as on this bus. This is a 1954 GM TDM 4509. Now let me break down the letters and numbers for you. The letter T denotes transit, in that it's a transit model, albeit one with a single door and high back seats. D is for diesel, as the engine is a 6-cylinder Detroit diesel, and M denoting mechanical or manual transmission, and 45 means the bus is 45 feet long. All single door buses of this era had 4-speed stick transmissions. This bus, assigned the number F556, had a unique paint scheme, as buses with this scheme were assigned to the South Jersey garages, out of whom they served the Trenton area as well as Camden and Philadelphia Center City. On the other hand, F556's sister, F564, in a blue-white scheme, served the northern part of New Jersey, including Hudson County, Essex County, Bergen County, and Passaic County, with intrastate service as well as interstate, from the various parts of North Jersey to New York's Port Authority bus terminal, as well as the Washington Heights section of Manhattan. All of these models, which are known as old looks, regardless of length or detail, were assigned letter prefixes from A through M, with the letter I omitted. In 1960, Public Service received their first new look or fishbowl buses, beginning with the letter prefix P, the numerical assignment beginning with 7. P700 was New Jersey's very first suburban fishbowl, and it was painted in the powder blue scheme. My replica, V742, gives you an idea of what those early buses looked like. Fishbowls, as mentioned, had the letter P as a prefix, and continued all the way to the letter Z. I mentioned before that the letter I was omitted from the fleet letter assignment, but so were the letters O, Q, and S, as the letter I could be mistaken for the number 1, O and Q mistaken for 0, S for 5. Public Service also had single-deck and deck-and-a-half parlor coaches. These buses were assigned with the prefix L. In 1971, the Public Service name faded into history and the company name was changed to Transport of New Jersey. 5 years later, T&J began a new paint scheme to many of its buses to commemorate America's bicentennial. Here you have 727B. As the last letter Z was used in 1968, Public Service began to start over, this time assigning the letter as a suffix instead of a prefix. Anyway, this bus represents those repainted by T&J in the bicentennial red, white, blue livery. Many, but not all buses were redone in this scheme. Others retained their original blue from the Public Service days. Concurrently, T&J took delivery of these distinctive plum and gold fishbowl buses. 10 in total, they were assigned the numbers 540A through 550A. And these buses were purchased exclusively for T&J by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and further exclusively assigned to the Park and Ride route between the Port Authority bus terminal and the North Bergen Park and Ride. They were housed out of the Union City garage, and these buses were unique in that they had low back seats and automatic transmissions. Around 1979, T&J again repainted many of their buses. Black shadow around the window areas with blue side markings, the words Transport of New Jersey emblazoned across. So by this time, T&J had buses of various schemes in its fleet. The big change happened later that year, as New Jersey Transit was established by the state legislature to oversee bus and rail operations within the state of New Jersey. Previously, said responsibility was under the umbrella of the New Jersey Department of Transportation. And with this change, New Jersey Transit began to repaint many of their buses in the fleet. Here you see an example. Many of these repainted fishbowls were refugees from the public service era. Most by now were nearing 20 years old and showing their age, but in spite of such, were still the most reliable buses on the road. By 1983, they were slowly being phased out, replaced with new MCI coaches. As the decade went on, NJT acquired more and more new buses, and sadly, in February 1989, the last of New Jersey's fishbowls were officially retired, replaced with MCIs, flexible Metro Bs, and a small number of Eagles. Though gone now, these buses will live in my heart forever. They were loved by drivers and passengers alike, and they are missed by many. Thanks for the memories.